Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Javelin here, bringing you another Pokemon X and Y competitive Wi-Fi battle. Let's get right to it. Now, I got challenged by a passerby named Carlos right after battling another one of my friends with a team of newbies. I was trying to test out their skills. Now, here are my new Pokemon. I've got a Crobat over here. I'm pretty sure I'm running a choice band on the thing. It's been a while. I have to check up on this stats and whatnot. Actually, scratch that. I know this is a Life Orb Crobat because my Slaking is Choice Banded Jolly Nature. While over here I have my Golurk defensive set with Iron Defense and a Power Up Punch just so it gets some little boost here to wall his team but still do a lot of damage. And we have my Choice Spec Exploud. Hits like a truck. You might as well be using a machine gun because this thing just tears through anything. Light Screen, Reflect, Substitute. You can't hide from this thing. And now we have my good old Shell Smashing Omastar. Just made this guy. And I really think he'll probably be MVP for most of my games now. This thing takes the place of my Cloyster, which I usually use as like one of my staple Pokemon back in my early days on X and Y. Like one of the first Pokemons I bred that really cleaned up shop was Cloyster. So Omastar being a similar set, I think works pretty well with me. And then we have a Heatran I got. It's a pretty nice, specially defensive set. So it kind of rounds out my team with a nice Heatran Golurk core. However, the weakness for water types over here isn't very good, I'll admit. I kind of really have nothing that wants to take a water type attack, so over here at Carlos' team, his Cloyster's looking pretty happy over here. Looks like he can just destroy my team over here. Now we've got his Skarmory, his Cloyster, his Togekiss, Malamar, which is pretty dangerous with that Contrary superpower, Gengar, and Houndoom. So, let's roll right into it, guys. And starting off with my Heatran as he leads off with a Skarmory. So not expecting to stay, I just go straight for the Stealth Rocks, completely forgetting that sometimes Skarmories do carry the Defog, which I completely neglected, but he actually just ends up throwing out his own rocks. So I go straight for the Lava Plume, didn't even think he would stay in, but he does. And he must run some special defense on this thing, because he lives the Lava Plume, but unfortunately for him, he gets burned, sadly. So he decides to roar me out on this turn, thinking I'd probably switch or something, and brings out Reverb, my Exploud. And thankfully the burn takes him out, which is pretty sad for him. I'm sorry about that. So Skarmory goes down, and now it is currently 6-5 right now. Malamar comes in, and I know what this guy wants to do. He wants to go Superpower, one-shot my Exploud, and get the boost of attack and defense by +1. So I return my Exploud and predict this and go right into Big O the Golurk. Now, Big O really likes to take just about any attack under the sun that's physical, so Superpower is not touching him. I'm going to get some leftovers recovery, pretty much ignore that Stealth Rock damage right there. And he has the Foul Play Malamar. I did not expect this, and it does a giant chunk of damage considering I barely have any attack investment and a max defense. So I end up going for the Iron Defense because I honestly didn't expect him to go for Foul Play. And now I realize I'm not really living too much with this Malamar, and I really don't want to switch out my Golurk because Superpower is a threat. So I decide to just stay in, sack off my Golurk, but I live and manage to get an Earthquake off thanks to the Iron Defense buff. So I'm allowed to get a nice clean chunk of damage, bring that thing just below 50%. Well, Golurk just hangs in there. Thank you, man. Probably saved me a lot of grief in this battle. So Foul Play is going to take out Golurk, sadly. And goodbye, Big O. But you did do some work, so you were not in vain. Now here comes Slaking. Now, for some reason, I don't know why I did this, but I just decided to go for the Shadow Claw over here, taking nice and neutral damage, completely forgetting that this man has a Houndoom on his team. Now, honestly, if I went for Giga Impact, he probably just would have brought in the Gengar, but, you know, maybe either way, no matter what I did in this turn, he probably has a check for every move my Slaking has. No matter what I did, so he goes for the Mega Evolution right here, and knowing that I'm truant, I stay in to see what he wants to do. And he goes for the Nasty Plot. Terrible thing. Now we have a +2 Mega Houndoom on the opponent's side. That is dangerous. That's a threat. I go for the Shadow Claw. thinking that Houndoom would be more frail than that, but it completely doesn't even take damage from that. It's not even funny. +2 Flamethrower is going to easily take out my Slaking, because Slaking's got pretty low special defense. And then here comes Heatran. Now I know my Heatran's specially defensive, so it can take at least one hit he's got. He's going straight for the Dark Pulse, and I'm praying I don't get the flinch over here. Citrus Berry kicks in because I'm already running leftovers on my Golurk, so I really don't like to break item claws. And I go for the Roar. Roar out those stat changes. I don't want to have any of that. So here comes Gengar out here, which is a threat in its own right. So Gengar takes a little Cells Rock damage, maybe breaking attach, but it reveals it's got Black Sludge, which is good for me. Now I know this thing isn't as big as a threat as it should be. And he gets a critical hit and still doesn't kill and lets me roar him out again. Right now, I'm kind of just fishing for either a good matchup or Sash to break. And, hey, I get a Cloyster coming out, which is pretty good for me because it's going to take big damage from the Stealth Rocks. It has no recovery. And if he's running a pretty standard Cloyster, he most likely has a Focus Sash, which breaking a Sash makes his Shell Smash pretty useless. So, Heatran goes down to an Icicle Spear. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't survive that. Quad resisted at the same time. I was in the red already, so I was kind of pushing it for that. So I send out Sensei the Omastar, while Cloyster goes for his Shell Smash. Don't know why he did, but I guess he just thought he just really didn't have anything to lose at that point. It was all or nothing. So he goes for his Shell Smash, because he can hit me with a neutral Razor Shell, and I go for my own Shell Smash. Now knowing Cloyster is just base terrible special defense, base 45 if I'm correct, I know my Omastar should be able to take him out with either an Ancient Power or a Surf, although I am afraid of missing the Ancient Power. He goes for Icicle Spear over here. It's resisted. Don't know why I just didn't go for the Razor Shell. It might have killed. So I take the damage right here. It might have been a misclick. I take the damage and it does a clean almost half damage. I go straight for the Surf. Cloyster is not taking that, especially with the -1 special defense and my +2 special attack. Cloyster's down. Omastar sitting nice and pretty over here. He sends out Togekiss, which is probably his special wall. Takes a nice big amount of damage from Stealth Rocks, but I carry the Ice Beam, so Togekiss is not living a +2 Ice Beam. It's down. And Omastar is looking pretty nice here now. Omastar is nice and comfortable. Houndoom comes out, taking more damage from Stealth Rocks. Like, look at this, half of this team right now takes big damage from Stealth Rocks, which is a pretty bad team building decision on his part. He didn't have a Defog or a Spinner knowing half his team takes way too much damage from Stealth Rocks. So Houndoom goes down, out comes back the Gengar. Black Sludge set, I'm not really sure what he was doing with this. Usually with a Black Sludge Gengar you think it may be a substitute set, but he didn't reveal that, so I didn't see too many moves besides a Shadow Ball, so he could have been a sub Gengar. But, however, Gengar does go down to the Surf, and I defeat Carlos with a nice and 3-0 victory. Now, I'd like to thank you guys, actually, in other words, for watching this video, and I definitely bring more videos. And, honestly, we're going to bring back some Monster Hunter, too, since I know that seemed to be kind of popular, and we hadn't really done a video in a long time. So, I'll catch you guys later, and thank you for visiting the channel. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.